Giving honor to the Spirit of Christ, which is the head of my life and the head of the church. I want to honor God for the wake-up call at 3 o'clock in the morning, because I went to bed at 12. Y'all, I don't know how God does it, but I thank God for life, health, and strength. I thank God for waking me up this morning, starting me in my right mind, which is in praise and worship. Sometimes you got to have church before you have church. Yes, I'm going to church this morning. And I'm extra. I got 2 outfits, so I ain't got to worry about coming back home, because I'm going to serve as somebody to help them to get where they need to go for today. But I want to talk about the natural reaction. My body sometimes have a natural reaction, and I bless God for it, for the natural reaction. Last night, I couldn't go to sleep, but I was on Bigo, because that's my new way of reaching people, universal. So far, I've talked to a man in Nashville who was in the hospital and encouraged him. And then last night, I was on the phone talking to someone who lives in Germany. And I was talking to him in regards of him being Muslim and me being Christian and my belief system. But if you can conform yourself to what your husband is, then that is something you make a choice to do. But let me go back a little bit further. African women, we are strong. As I said before, we are the nation of queens and kings. Our melanin doesn't crack like the white folks do, because of our melanin. Yes, my melanin is always popping. Yes, I keep my melanin in check, because on Saturdays, what people don't realize is it's my wellness day. I scrubbed my face and did a face mask. I soap scrubbed. I make my own oily scrub that I put on my body so I can stay moisturized. I have shea butter that I use. It's very expensive shea butter, but that's what I use, because my daughter bought it for me and I kind of blended it up. So if I want to smell like that, I can smell like that today. But just to say to myself, your natural reaction can change an atmosphere. I was crying last night because I felt overwhelmed, because my sink, and I'm going to just give y'all this, I am a super clean, hypergenic person. If something goes wrong in my house, no one's coming to my rescue to fix it. My landlord and I are at war, literally at war. But God answered a prayer for me last night. My sink ain't doing what it was doing yesterday. So I don't know what happened, but bless God for the sink being fixed. See, I have an honor system that when I get up, the prayers of the righteous availeth much. I went to bed with a prayer. I motivated somebody who lives in Ghana. And then guess what happened? My stupid alarm clock went off at 12 o'clock at night. I'm like, what the world is that noise? So I ended the call and realized it was my doggone alarm clock that woke me up at 12 o'clock. They told me 12 o'clock was up here. So we was in a new day. And I got some more medicine because I wasn't sleepy. And I went to sleep. But I'm up again 3 o'clock in the morning, because that's what God does for me. I don't know how he works for you, but he works for me. But my natural reaction to stuff sometimes is I have highs and lows. And I'm going to give y'all some insight. I was diagnosed with severe PTSD. People have tried to kill me, not just in Chicago, but also in Miami. I have had threats on my life on social media. I don't even want to talk about, because the people who try to bully me on social media have no power. They don't own my decisions. They don't own my life. And I took every war that I had against them and filed police cases. Yes, I am never going to be a Keisha. Keisha responds to stuff, screaming, yelling, all this and all that. But I'm making moves in my life. And some decisions I have to make is a natural reaction to my house, to my situation, to what's going on in my life. My natural response showed itself with my husband. And I have placed him on block. Am I mad? No. Because at the end of the day, I made such a comment to him to let him know, if you think that you're going to maintain blessings off of me, sweetie, no. Blessings make room for you. And if you think that your job is more important than your wife, keep that job. He's 61 years old. He done been hit by 2 cars. 2 in 2 separate instances. And then the third one, this is the good one. He doesn't know his prostate is enlarged. And he does not know what the doctors will tell him, whether he has cancer or not, or treatment or whatever. But guess what? My prayer for him is wealth, health, and prosperity, and that he leaves me alone. Because I'm moving forward in my life. And I got some decisions to make, but my natural reaction is to get up and cook. I made my baby sweet potato pies yesterday. He won't be back till Monday, so I put them in the refrigerator for him. I need some aluminum foil, but I'll get that later. I'm not worried about that. But I got some rutabagas in the Dutch oven. Yes, honey. Yolanda cooks in the morning because that's what I feel like eating. I want some rutabagas. And I'm going to eat them for breakfast and lunch and whenever I want to, because that's how I roll. It's whatever I want to eat. But I knew I had some bacon with the skin on. And then I got some organic chicken broth. And my rutabagas be real small. I like the little small ones. That way I can cut them up without making all this noise, even though I'm the only one in the house. Because my son said he won't be home till probably Monday evening. But it's okay because he left and said, bye, Mama. My son is a wonderful child. I love him to death because he takes care of his mother. And if I had to make a choice, my husband over my son, I would always choose my son. You want to know why? Because he living paycheck to paycheck. My son don't live paycheck to paycheck. You want to know why? Because Yolanda set up a trust for her children when she became disabled. And when he turned 25, instead of giving both my children a blessing, I gave one child a double blessing. So technically, he ain't got to work, but he works because he understands. I want my own money. I want to do some things. He was trying to get a second job, but that ain't where he want to go because I already know how he is. He is diligently working. But my son is in an amazing relationship. And the glow of his life is so exciting to him. To be in love with someone that he adores. He irons clothes. Let me break something down for y'all. When my child start ironing clothes, I know he happy. He irons shirts and stuff like that. He normally don't iron nothing. Child, the iron be sitting there for nothing. But my son is one of those people who cares about his appearance. He went shopping for himself, bought a whole bunch of clothes. Me and him had an argument because I told him he needed to clean out his closet and, give me some of them clothes. He said, no, for what? You want clothes? You buy them yourself, Mama. I don't need to give you nothing. I've already given you enough, which he has. Listen to me. My son has given me enough stuff. I don't need to buy no more shoes, no more clothes, no more nothing. Because I have an abundance of overflow in my house. That's why I can say, I am an unstoppable, amazing, unapologetically anointed woman of God who believes in my belief system. Yeah, I'm married. So what? I have a say-so over his body. So when they bury him, his lawyers, all of them know. But you know what? I don't want it. I don't want nothing to do with it. If he doesn't divorce me, guess what? I'll still be there to death do us part. But I'm going to live my life how I live my life. And the one thing about me is I have a ticket just sitting there waiting. And I didn't open some doors. And some concerns have hit my heart. And that door that I opened is honored. And I don't want this person to go through any more stress. Because he made a statement, he said, I don't know what's going on in my court case. August 2nd is the date of arraignment, so forth and so on. He said, I would like for you to be there. I'm going. August 2nd. I will be there. I will let them know I have an emergency. I will not be there August 2nd. I have somewhere to go. It's very vital that I support this person because this person needs my help. See, one thing about me is I never put me in nothing. But when I open a door and it's open, people appreciate the value of me. But when it's a situation that is legal, we don't know the outcome. But I serve a true and living God. And that living God tells me, go down there. Go to Miami, go to Nineveh, and be a support system to this person because this person really, really needs me. And he has a dog that I love. She's so adorable. She is a huge, huge dog. I love her. Her name is Lila. And as you know, I have not been able to have a dog. So should something happen to him, he wants me to take care of the dog, collect the rent from everybody, talk to his sister, get to know them, and be on that level. And I will, if something happens in that regard, support him in that manner. Because he has a house. He lives by himself. And he has people that live in his house and the dog. So should he go to jail, he said, take care of my baby. I know she loves you. I know you'll love on her. And collect the rent, talk to my sister, do whatever you have to do to make sure I trust you enough to be in my house should something go wrong. And I believe that. I believe August 2nd, when that arraignment comes, I'm going to be there. Because God is designing me to do what work for someone who was so kind to me. Yeah, he mistreated me, but you know what? He needs my help. And if I'm a helpful person, I can't take it personal. I say, God, you are the author and the father of my life. August 2nd, I will be there. Sorry. August 2nd, I won't be here. I'll be gone to Miami. I'll book my ticket and I'll move forward. Because God is the head of my life, the head of the church. He rules, reigns, and abides over me. But my decisions are my own. And if I have to go, I'm going to support a friend who in my time of need, I just pulled up. And I say it all the time, just pulled up. And this man said, hey, wait a minute, where you going? You crying, this, that. I just want to make sure you're okay. And he did that for me. When he didn't even know who I was. And he's that type of person. But like he said, he needs me. And the one thing about him I love, he loves to call me all the time, which annoys me sometimes. But I want to make sure he's okay. I want to check on him. Have we ever had sex? No. Because that's not our design. But a lot of things that's going on in his life is worrying him. His immigration status is worrying him. His house situation is worrying him. Things of that nature are worrying him. And I will speak to him and talk to him and let him know, I'm coming. I'll be there August 2nd. Don't worry about it. Me and you will do what we have to do and move forward, okay? Don't worry about that. I will do whatever we need to do. But I'm claiming victory over this situation. I'm claiming victory over he will be released. He will not do any time because of a situation that happened. And the lady who sits there, she said she'll do an affidavit. We will protect this man because this man's heart, his heart is huge. He does things for people that make me laugh. I enjoy his craziness. He's Cuban, I'm Puerto Rican. But he's a short little Cuban man, but with a big old mouth like a chihuahua. And he's such a crazy person. But his craziness has caused some situations in his life that now somebody came after him. And they coming after him for blind, stupid reasons because they want money. But at the end of the day, we all can be in court and testify about what happened and how this woman has tried to put him in a position where they should drop the case because it's not warranted. No one did that to her. They never paid him. And so he finally made a decision in his property, which legally he has a right to do. So I'm going to Miami August 2nd. I might go with the 1st or the 2nd, whichever one, but I'm leaving. Miami is where I'm going. Woo-hoo, MIA 305, be there. My church will understand that I have a ministry that I'm moving under. And the unction of God is telling me to go help a friend, to be there for a friend. And I don't know how long I'm going to be there, but I'm going to be there. Because at the end of the day, he is a kind-hearted, hard-working, honestly funny, crazy Cuban that has a heart of gold. Heart of gold. And me and him had a conversation about his nephew. And I said, Cisco, his name is Cisco. I said, Cisco, when you get tired of it, you will do what you need to do. And you know what? He did just that. He got tired of this so-called cousin, but he's not even blood related to him. But he treated him like a son. But his son would do things like use his toothbrush, grody, not wash, not pay for anything, not do anything. So what he did is he got tired of the situation. And he told his cousin, get out. And now that's his concern. Not the cousin. No, that's not his concern. His concern is about what's going on in his life. And he is up in the air and very elevated about this situation. So I'm going to support him in that manner. I'm not supporting my husband. No. He can go ahead and live his life. Wealth, health, and prosperity is all I can do is pray for him and that he stay away from me. And yes, he's on the block list. Blocked. He has no access to me. And the funny part about it is I can change my number and he'll never know. We moving and he'll never know my address either. See, one thing about me is I never give people information. I'm that kind of personal person. I move in silence. So silence is golden, like my son says. If you silence somebody, don't worry about it. Because your silence speaks volumes. So let your silence speak volumes. But let me let you understand something. When God gives you a mission and the ruler over your head has something going on in your life, you obey what God tells you to do. Because I anoint my head with oil. I cover myself. Because the covering that's on me is not applied. And I'm extra. Yeah, super extra. I was crying and I jumped on Bigo. And like I said, 12 o'clock. I was still up having a conversation. And then my alarm clock went off. But that was that indication that God gave me to go to bed. But I went to bed. But I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning. So there is no time, no clock. It's 4:56 now. My rutabagas are on. And I'm moving under the unction of God. I wish y'all wealth, health, and prosperity. I wish y'all love. But I want to let y'all know that your natural reaction should be different. Because some people's natural reaction is to be angered. And I was angry. And I showed my natural reaction to my husband. Yeah, I showed him that. But my natural reaction happened this morning. And I was so excited about it. I was like, wow, my body does understand. If you run water, rivers will flow. And I'm so thankful for my natural reaction. I thank God that you understand what your natural reaction is can change the atmosphere. See, I have church before I have church. I'm going to church. I got 2 outfits already prepared. I pulled out something. My son was like, well, why is she out? I said, because she needs some attention. She needs some love, and she ready. And my Tiffany Haddish voice. Because I'm not wearing my hair. Child. I don't want to wear my hair. As y'all know, I'm going through the ugly phase of dreads. I'm retransforming my hair. And this right here, this face right here, gonna be different. It's gonna be different. I'm gonna look different. The church gonna be amazed how different I look. But guess what? That's my hair covering. Yeah. And I'm gonna be extra today because I can. I wish y'all again wealth, health, and prosperity. And know your natural reaction can change the atmosphere. Be blessed. I love you. And happy Sunday to those people. Because it does not matter what your belief system is. It's what you believe. And you follow your belief system to the end. God bless you. Bye.